All right, hello everybody, and how are you doing today? It's good to see you, and I'm here with the War Duck.
Hello, hello.
And in today's episode, we just wanted to reflect a little bit. Duck has some younger kids, and I remember when my kids were younger, and I still have some semi-young kids too. But just seeing the age difference of how they're growing up and what they're watching and this new age. But one of the articles that we found is this new TV series. Was it Bluey?
Yeah.
That is that the full name of it too? Is it's Bluey?
Yeah, I think it's just Bluey. It's an Australian cartoon.
And it's getting great reviews. Like people are saying it's amazing, it's wonderful, it keeps the kids entertained, which I will tell you is a very good thing.
And
We
and I will admit that I've used, is that what Bluey would do? You know, when the girls are, I've used it because they like it and stuff. So,
Nice.
but this article was, it may be fun to watch, but it really makes parents feel like crap sometimes.
It does, yeah. Like the thing that this article brings up the most is how the kids are interacting with the parents in the episodes, right? The parents are uh, they're playing along with these kids for hours upon hours. Like the dad, one episode that I was watching, the dad was playing as a monkey, and it went on for 15-20 minutes, which it's quite the elaborate imaginary thing. They're getting really involved with it, where in this article the person that they interviewed, the lady says, I can play a tea party with my daughter for maybe 5 minutes. And then after that, I'm done. I need to go check on the dinner. I need to go do this. I need to go do that. There's things that I need to do. She's like, even I can even get into some of the games and play with Play-Doh, but after so long, I'm done. I need to go do other things. And
And that's a really good point because, like, I haven't watched many of these. The girls watch it all the time, but I don't ever remember like the parents like, okay, I'm home from work, in that 2 or 3 hours where you have to do everything before they go to bed,
yep,
right? Like
yeah,
that's not
you got to get
part
them
of,
showered. You got to get them fed.
yeah.
You've got to make sure that they did their homework if they're at that age.
So that's
Yeah,
kind of the problem, is this is outside of reality. This
right.
is maybe if you were super rich living out somewhere and you never had to work, sure. You could spend
Yeah,
all day imagining games and doing all that other stuff. Well,
because
some
that's
people can.
exactly what the kids are seeing. Like these mom and dad, they're just always there. They're always there playing games, and they're being involved. Even in one of the episodes that I saw, even the dad, he was sitting reading the paper on the well, he wasn't even sitting. He was laying down on the couch reading the paper, and the kids were asking, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Mom, what are you going to be? And she's like, well, I'll do this. And they're like, Dad, what do you want to do? And he's like, oh, I'm going to lay down on this couch and continue reading the paper. And they're like, no, you're not. They brought him off the couch. And it's like, yeah, that's interesting. How does this really work? But it's a reality that the kids aren't seeing. And
Yeah.
it definitely, I think, Duck, because your kids are watching it, you're probably more involved with it than and understand it more than I do. My kids grew up on Barney, for anybody who remembers that purple dinosaur.
I do
But
remember that.
he had he wasn't into this stuff. Like I didn't have to imagine too much stuff. And then I grew up on Sesame Street. I couldn't even tell you where it was.
So this part says, but the heathen form of alleged children entertainment is also making parents like me feel like sentient garbage. On Bluey, mom and dad do nothing but play elaborate make-believe games with their children, an utter impossibility in the era of pandemic parenting, where you're more
Yeah.
likely to stick a tiny screen in front of our children's faces so we can use the bathroom in peace, or spend our precious brain juice finding fairies or keepy uppy, whatever. I don't even know what that is.
I don't. Yeah, I think that one's something in the probably in there.
Yeah, but that's kind of the thing, is like we don't do a lot of screen time at our house. The girls are always asking for their tablets and stuff. They get like a half hour in the morning and stuff before they go to school, where they can watch some cartoons and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the whole point is this big giant elaborate thing that real parents have no time to do. And if you're a stay-at-home parent, you probably have even less time to do it because of all the other things that you're probably taking care of in the household. I mean, if you were, like I said, if you had money and you had a nanny and a cook and all this other stuff, then sure. I mean, because what else do you have to do then at that point, right? But when you have to keep real life running, this kind of stuff,
it kind of thwarts it.
Yeah, but and I'm not saying Bluey's bad because there's, like I said, I use some of their lessons in there, you know, like when the girls are acting up, I'm like, hey, is that what Bluey would do, or is that what Bluey would say? And they're like, no, you know, and so I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that, you know, like this article says, like it can put an expectation on your kids that do cause a problem in your guys' relationship at some point because they expect you to do things, you know? And like, I'll admit, I can sit down with the girls for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes when they want to play Barbie or something. Legos, I can do a lot longer, but like if they want to play Barbie, I just can't. I can't really get into that, right? And so I have my own way outs of that, you know, by like, if they give me a girl Barbie, then I use a man's voice. And if they give me a man's Barbie, I use it, and then they get pissed and tell me to go away. So
that's a smart way out of it right there.
But it is like, and that, because I'll be honest, like, my imagination is probably like this big compared to what their crazy idea of what's happening is in their imagination. But you know, I mean, we'll get down in rough house and run around and play monster and chase them around the house for as much as my winded stamina can take, about 5 minutes to run around before I gotta stop and be like, all right, dog, chase him. Get him, dog.
That was a lot of fun.
Now I gotta go get a Gatorade. Jesus.
Yeah, it is. That's the one thing too, is they do set expectations for our kids because their world is a little bit different. You know, they don't really fully understand some of the stuff of what we have to do. And if you're a stay-at-home parent, my hat's off to you. I think that's amazing. I think it's awesome, but I've done that as well, and you've got a full-time job. I mean, you're cleaning the house, you're getting, it's not, you're still at work. There's still a lot to do.
What was funny is there was some early grief in my wife and I's marriage and stuff, because she was a stay-at-home mom and I was working, but I mean, this is later down the road, but even when we were back, like, she was like, hey, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? And I was like, look, I go to work so we can have money and we can support, like, I'm the main breadwinner of the family, right? And so when I get home, I am like shutting down and just like trying to not explode on the world. And so if you want me to do something, then just ask me to do it. Because I'm not coming home thinking, what chore do I want to do right now? Right? That's not in my brain. That is not in my brain power. That is not in my mindset. But if you just ask me to do it, I'll get up and do it just fine. But I'm not going to be thinking about what can I do right now, because that's not within my scope of trying to get rid of work for the day, you know?
With you saying that, that's exactly what my wife is like. She's like, don't you ever notice that the garbage needs to be taken out? And I'm like, yes, I do notice it. And I look at the little kids and I'm like, hey, take out the garbage, because I don't want to. I'm done. Have you ever sat in 5 hours worth of meetings? You're fried. You're just done.
Yeah.
So yeah. When we tell you that we're not thinking of anything, we're not thinking of anything, literally.
Yeah. So now, like, because I'm on nights right now, so you know, what she was doing is I get up and I look for the notepad, And the notepad
Yep.
tells me
Yep.
what I got to do before I go to work. And I check off the little things on the notepad before I, start getting ready to go to work. And I'm like, just tell me what you want done and I'll do it. But don't expect me to be like, okay, well, what can I do? That's just, I'm not really built that way, for one. And like, when you do a job that you don't love, that you do it just to support your family, like that takes a lot of effort and a lot of stress and brain power and motivation just to go there to show up.
Yeah,
And so that other stuff sometimes goes by the wayside, and it's like I know there's stuff outside I need to do, but getting the motivation to do it is sometimes very difficult. But the other day the wife came in and she's like, hey, the tree's starting to dump pitch on the driveway. Okay, I got this much motivation, was just enough to go get changed, fire up the chainsaw, and I cut all the goddamn trees down in the front yard. Well, now the tree debris is still out there, and because I had to work on Saturday, I don't have the motivation or the willpower to do it on a day, my only day off of the week. So Thanksgiving's coming up. I have the rest of the week off. I'll take care of it then. I know it's something I already have to do. And so, I'm already building up the will to get it done now, even though that's like 4 or 5 days off, but I'll get done. But yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly. And so, yeah, having some of these expectations pushed, I say pushed, but put on us as well from Bluey. And it's not just us from Duck and, but I mean, it's as parents. It's as parents.
So what do you think of Bluey?
Oh, yes.
Fun.
It's fun? Why?
Because we get to do fun stuff.
They get to do fun stuff?
And Bingo is the little sister, and Bluey is the big sister.
Bingo's the little sister, and Bluey's the big sister.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And their mommy and daddy play with them and stuff?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Do you expect daddy and mommy to do that with you?
Not you, but mommy.
Not me, but mommy.
There you go.
Yeah, see?
That expectation.
You tell everybody what your name is?
Ramona Sue.
Yep, good job. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, there you go. First-hand account.
That's awesome.
First-hand account. I don't
Bluey
expect
is a
you to,
great
but
big sister.
Mama's got to go play. Yep.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, and that's all I was saying is that there's already enough stress in the world and what's going on, and with you trying to maintain your family, and just be careful with having Bluey come in and setting that expectation just a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It's okay. Talk to your kids. Let them know. They understand. I think
see,
to an extent.
They understand. They know I ain't getting down there to do that.
They understand. They know. It's cool.
So.
That's awesome.
All right, that's all we want to talk about is, sometimes these damn cartoons, whatever happened to good old, like, G.I. Joe and Transformers, like all the Tom and Jerry, none of this parental expectations.
Yeah, let's just go out and have fun.
All right, tell everybody bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Much
Thanks,
love all.
everyone. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.